Hello and welcome. My name is Tijana Varga and you're watching Fiscal News, the latest news about fiscalization. Belgium is moving from voluntary to mandatory e-invoicing. B2B e-invoicing is optional now, so businesses can prepare for the future. From January 1st, 2026, all B2B transactions in Belgium must use e-invoicing. This rule says that you must use the European PEPL network standard or other European standards compliant formats. Germany has decided to delay the introduction of e-invoicing until 2026. This gives B2B companies more time to prepare. Businesses must be able to receive and process e-invoices from January 1st, 2025. This phase is to put the necessary infrastructure and protocols in place a year in advance. During this period, businesses can still issue invoices in paper or electronic formats until the end of 2026. This helps businesses that are still changing to digital. Small businesses with an annual turnover of less than 80,000 euros can keep using the current invoicing practices until the end of 2027. A draft law on the euro has been published in Bulgaria. It introduces new rules for sellers. Prices must be displayed in euros and levs, close to each other and in the same font size. This will make prices clearer for consumers during the dual pricing period. Vendors can show price reductions in absolute terms or as a percentage. Discounts should only be shown as a final price. During the dual circulation period, cash payments in Bulgarian currency must be refunded in euros. Refunds for compliance must be in euros. If there are no euros, refunds can be made in Bulgarian levs. Bulgaria will adopt the euro as its official currency on a date to be announced. Details of the transition period have emerged. The Bulgarian National Bank will exchange levs into euros at the official rate for as long as needed. Banks will exchange lev banknotes and coins into euro for free for the first 6 months after the euro is introduced. Bulgarian Post will provide free exchange services in populated areas where there are no bank branches. After 6 months, banks and Bulgarian Post may charge for exchange services. After 12 months, these services may stop. You can exchange as much money as you like at the Bulgarian National Bank. The Polish Ministry of Finance has postponed the introduction of e-invoicing to early 2026 due to technical issues. Here are the new dates. From February 1st, 2026, large taxpayers with an annual turnover of more than 200 million Polish zloty or 46 million euros must comply. From April 1st, 2026, all other taxpayers must follow the example. The ministry plans to make 2 changes to the VAT Act. A project to postpone the implementation date of the KCF regulations and a project to simplify the legal requirements will be consulted separately. Following a consultation, the changes include new fine regime with initial soft launch first day delay for live reporting, offline mode for emergency QR code generation for e-invoices, ability to add attachments for e-invoices, voluntary use of KCF for B2C e-invoicing, limit VAT deductibility with PIT or CIT taxpayers' tax ID number, changes to the transmission of payment details. French supermarkets will soon have to inform shoppers about shrinkflation, where product sizes shrink but prices remain the same. A proposed decree awaiting approval from the European Commission will require retailers to display information when product sizes are reduced without a price drop. Due to coming into forces on July 1st, these signs will say the quantity of this product has changed from X to Y, resulting in a price increase or X% or X euros per kilogram, gram or liter. The tax authority of the Republic of Srpska has launched a taxpayer portal for the new fiscalization process in the country. Taxpayers can access the administration and reported sections of the taxpayer portal using their login credentials. The tax authority of the Republic of Srpska has updated its rulebook on fiscal receipts, effective from April 6, 2024. The amendment revises Article 3, which now specifies two transaction types, sales and refund. The previous third type, cancellation, has been removed. Instead, the amendment rule allows for corrections to be performed on sales or refund transaction after issuing the fiscal receipt. On 27th of March, Germany introduces the Growth Opportunities Act, which includes the B2B invoicing law, which comes into effect on January 1, 2025. From this date, businesses in Germany must use electronic invoicing for all local B2B transactions subject to tax, specifically those with a permanent establishment in Germany. Until December 31, 2026, businesses can still use paper or PDF invoices. This grace period extends to the last day in December 2027 for businesses with annual turnovers under 800,000 euros. The Ministry of Finance will issue a directive on e-invoicing. This will include details on things like VAT deduction, technical details, handling of recurring invoices, and penalties for non-compliance. Entrepreneurs should familiarize themselves with the e-invoicing system and update their ERP systems and internal procedures to comply by January 2025. Bulgaria is implementing e-invoicing obligations to align with European trends. The goal is to make tax processes digital and easier. Currently, e-invoicing is mandatory for B2G transactions and voluntary for B2B transactions. B2C transactions are not included. B2B e-invoicing is still voluntary, but the National Revenue Agency is discussing making it mandatory in the future. The NRA is talking to industry groups to make a plan. The e-invoicing system relies on agreements between businesses and government agencies. The Republic of Srpska has issued a new rulebook for its updated fiscalization system. The rulebook divides taxpayers into two groups for implementation. The first group includes those already subject to fiscalization and new entrants during the transition period. The second group includes new taxpayers like internet sales and vending machine operators. Businesses in Romania must use the Romanian e-invoicing requirement system for all B2B transactions with a Romanian place of supply. The fines for not using the new system have been postponed to July 2024. Fines now amount to 15% of the total invoice for not using e-invoicing, replacing the previous VAT-based penalty. If invoices are not sent through the Romanian e-invoicing system within 5 days of being issued, fines of between 1,000 and 10,000 lei will be applied. Some transactions are not required to be done electronically. This includes businesses with not Romanian companies, exports, sales to other EU countries, and certain types of services. The QR code is now on all receipts, invoices for Verifactu and non-Verifactu systems. When scanned, the QR code lets the Spanish tax agency know if the billing record has been sent by a Verifactu system, which includes the record, or by a non-Verifactu system, which keeps the record. The QR code doesn't send the receipt to the AEAT. It checks if the AEAT has the billing record for Verifactu systems. For non-Verifactu systems, it stores data for future comparison and control by the AEAT. Belgian shops, cafes and restaurants must now accept cash payments. This law is in line with EU rules that let customers choose between paying with cash or electronically. Some businesses, like restaurants, food trucks and thrift shops, have only accepted non-cash payments in recent years. The new law says all businesses must accept cash. This change gives customers more payment choices, especially those less comfortable with electronic payments or without access to banking services. In March 2024, Denmark reduced the cash payment limit from 20,000 to 50,000 kroner, which is approximately 1,300 euros. Denmark is committed to digitalization. This is made easier by the use of payment cards in mobile solutions like Mobile Pay, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. Cash is still used mainly for personal transactions and by tourists.